Okay, now let's welcome to the stage a champion who has knocked out every man that he has faced. Unbeaten with a perfect record of 20 fights, 20 wins, 20 knockouts, he's the reigning unified WBC, WBO and IBF World Light Heavyweight Champion. Please welcome Artur Beterbiev. Okay, so everyone's up here. Before we begin speaking to the top table, I'd like to take a moment to thank those involved in making these groundbreaking events possible. And what a privilege it is to be working again on such a historic fight card as part of Riyadh season. Firstly, we'd like to express our heartfelt thanks to the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz. And to His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. And of course, His Excellency, Chairman of GIA, Turki Al-Sheikh. And a huge thanks to all of the teams of GIA, Riyadh Season and Seller as we continue to work together to deliver historic events in the Kingdom. Okay, let's talk to the table. I'm going to begin with Hall of Fame boxing promoter here, Frank Warren. A tremendous fight. This is undisputed. Just 2 weeks after we crown an undisputed heavyweight champion, we get one in the light heavyweight division. Tell us about this fight.
We do, but just before that, I'd also, on behalf of all of us here, like to thank King Salman and the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and also the Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh. Thank you so much for making all this happen. Boxing is so grateful for you, all the effort that's been put in to making these magnificent fights and occasions happen. Very grateful. So we've got a big fight. We've got 4 belts on the line. Very rarely does this happen. We got one, obviously, a few weeks before with a heavyweight division. Then we're in the light heavyweight division with 2 superb fighters, both undefeated. I think both 20 wins each, so somebody's low will go, as they say. And me as a fight fan and a bit of a neutral as far as the 2 guys are concerned, I can't wait to see it. This is something extra special. And again, take our hats off to Top Rank and to Matchroom, who worked very hard to make this happen. It's brilliant.
Now, you've seen both of these guys last year, Artur Beterbiev at the very start of the year, Dmitry Bivol towards the end. Look, I don't want to push you towards a pick, but have you got any pick, and bear in mind who sat next to you?
Well, you know, he beat my man, didn't he? He beat Anthony in I think his toughest fight today. It was a tough fight, it was an excellent, exciting fight, and he done it in style. And over the other side of the table is another Brit basher who's done a few of their guys. So this is such a good fight. I mean, fights like this come along very, very rarely. Undefeated, 2 undefeated fighters. As I say, we got one a couple of weeks before, a bit like buses, but very rarely does this happen. And quality fighters, you know, top guys. And who would I lean towards? I've got to lean towards Artur because I think like in fighting Anthony, he showed to me what a good fighter he was. You know, Anthony, I've got a lot of regard for him as a fighter, and he done brilliantly against him.
Okay, thank you, Frank Warren. Let's bring in Vadim Kornilov from the Bivol team. Vadim, you've just heard Frank Warren refer to Dmitri there as the Brit basher. He's got a tall task in front of him though in Artur Beterbiev. Tell us your thoughts heading into Undisputed.
Thank you for everything, and thank you for this fight to be happening finally. One thing I can say is that this is a fight that we've been waiting for a long time. Probably for the last 2 years, Dmitri has been asking for the undisputed fight. And finally there's somebody that came through and came together, brought everybody together and made this happen. And I just want to say that we appreciate the opportunity and everybody who's taking part in this, and the great athletic fan in His Excellency Mr. Turkey, who's making this a possibility for everybody.
And why does your man win?
Because boxing is more about class, IQ, style, and skills, in my opinion.
Okay, well let's hear from the Beterbiev side. Let's bring in Todd Dubov. You've just heard the case there from Vadim Kornilov. A big moment for Artur and Top Rank here. Give us your thoughts.
Well, I mean, I think I've always been a fan of destruction, and this guy is destruction, and Frank is dead on right. Artur is just, every time you turn on the television, my phone would ring and friends from all over the world would call me and say, who is this monster? And I think he gets better with each fight. I think he adjusted after the Yard fight where we saw he got hit a couple times and then came in for the next fight against Smith and adjusted. And the truth is, it's a really credit to the athlete. It's a credit to the Riyadh season, Sela, His Excellency, listening to what the people are saying. We want to see something, help us make this happen. And we're helping the two fighters at the top of their skill set in a great weight class and a great contrast to style. So I think we're in for a special night.
And why does Artur Beterbiev become undisputed June 1st?
Because you look at his body of work, nobody lasts 12 rounds. That's why. I don't have to say anything.
That's a pretty conclusive argument, but I'm sure there's a man who will have something to say about that. Mr. Eddie Hearn, you've long championed Dmitry Bivol. He's talked about wanting to be undisputed, but this is a man you know very, very well. A tall task. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, thanks, Dev. Thanks everybody for attending today. Just before we go into this fight, just want to pass our regards on to the family of Willie Limon, who unfortunately lost his life earlier today. A great ambassador for the sport of boxing. Rest in peace, Willie Limon, and God bless your family. We're here again, Dev. This is quite remarkable, really. Of course, thank you to His Crown Prince and His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh. You did it again. To have two undisputed fights within 2 weeks of each other is quite remarkable. I mean, the Undisputed Heavyweight World Championship has been something that's avoided us for a long time. You made that happen. Now you make, in my opinion, the best fight in boxing in Dmitry Bivol against Artur Beterbiev. I think it's just one of the purest matchups in the sport. And to see that headline, the top of a card on June 1st with the 5v5, 6 of the purest 50-50 matchups you could see in boxing. So congratulations to everybody. This is a real incredible moment for the sport. And I didn't see this fight happening without an intervention from somebody. And as I said, His Excellency made it happen. These are two tremendous fighters, two world champions. In every division we should look to find an undisputed champion. It tells you who the very best is. And Frank's right, Artur Beterbiev has, of course, beaten Anthony Yard. He beat Callum Johnson, who we put in with him many years ago. Callum did drop him. He beat Callum Smith as well, and Dmitry Bivol beat Craig Richards and beat Lyndon Arthur as well. And I just feel that this man to my left, as Vadim says, his boxing IQ is on another level, and it needs to be, against, as Todd said, one of the most dangerous men in the sport of boxing. Artur Beterbiev is a wrecking machine, but this guy, I believe, is pound for pound the top fighter potentially in the sport. And when he beat Canelo Alvarez, who was the clear pound for pound #1 in the sport, I don't think he actually got the credit that he deserved, and he did that with consummate ease. And as tough as this fight is, don't be amazed to see him make this look easy on June the 1st. I think it's going to be a very, very tough fight, but he has all the ability to stand that man on his head whilst he's trying to hunt him down. But whilst he's doing it, he's going to be very, very dangerous. And I believe on June the 1st, Dmitry Bivol will be the undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world.
Just one more on that, Eddie. Obviously you were talking about Callum Smith, he's going to knock him out with a left hook. Heard you about Callum Johnson in the past as well. What is it that is so different about Dmitry Bivol that makes you think he's going to stop this man?
Ability, footwork, ring IQ, composure. you know, all of the things you need. If you don't have the ability to box and move, to stand and trade at times, to have a great chin, to have the engine, Artur's going to run through you. And it's going to take someone very, very special to beat you. Thankfully, we've got someone very, very special. His name is Dmitry Bivol, and he's built for this moment. For 5 or 6 years we've been working together with Vadim. Vadim has told me from the very, very start, we need the Beterbiev fight. That is the fight that will show us and show the world how great Dmitry Bivol is. Really, he's already achieved greatness. He beat the pound for pound #1. But the naysayers will say, yeah, but it was a 168 coming up to 175. Whatever. Now there will be no arguments that the victor on June the 1st is the king of the division. And that's what we want in the sport of boxing. And I can't wait to, you know, I mean, it's going to be one of the great nights for Dmitri, for Vadim, and for me personally, because after we've spanked Frankie Boy 5-0 in the 5v5, we're going to run off with the undisputed championship. It's going to be so sweet, because I look at Todd down there, he don't really like me either. So, I can't wait. Roll on June the 1st, Riyadh, another historic night. Cheers.
Thank you, Eddie. that was all for no context there, and I know that was. Let's bring in a man who most definitely does like you, Dmitry Bivol, WBA light heavyweight champion. I've heard you talk about how this is your dream fight. Even when people were asking you about fighting Canelo again, you were saying, I want undisputed. Now it's so close. Tell us how you're feeling heading into this.
Hello, everybody. I wanna say thank you to Beterbiev team, to my promoter, World of Boxing, Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, everybody, and of course to His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh and Riyadh and Saudi, because they are making a great fight for not only for me, for boxing fans, because everybody who loves boxing, they ask me, when you gonna fight Beterbiev? Who's gonna make this fight? And Saudi Arabia, they will make this fight, and thank you for this. Of course I'm happy, because when I signed the contract to be a pro boxer, I had a goal to be an undisputed champion, and everything what I went through, it was to my goal. I made it to get my goal. Even the fight against Canelo, which Eddie mentioned, it was my ticket for big fights. And now I'm happy that I will have fight on June 1st for all of belts.
When you look across down the table at Artur Beterbiev, 20 fights, 20 wins, 20 knockouts, do you see the most dangerous challenge of your career?
Every time when I'm on my training camp, I think my opponent is the dangerous opponent in the world. These thoughts help me to be in focus, to be serious in my training camp, and of course he's one of the dangerous opponents. Even if we see on his record, even if we see on his fights, he's powerful, and it makes me more excited to fight against this guy, because I love challenges. I love to be tested, and this fight, the huge test for me also.
Well, he's knocked out everyone so far. Tell us why you're different.
Every person is different, not only me. I have good skills. I just believe in my skills. I'm in boxing 20 years old. 28 years I'm in boxing. I'm in boxing since I remember myself. I love the sport, and I think it could help me, my experience and my mentality and my skills, my camp. I just believe that I could be undisputed.
Okay, well, let's bring in Artur Beterbiev. You have been also dreaming about becoming undisputed, getting that 4th belt. It's just there, that 4th belt. How do you feel looking across, seeing it? Tell us what's on your mind.
Hello everybody, I'm happy to be here, not first time. Thank you for everyone who make this fight, for His Excellency, for Top Rank, for Frank Warren, for his team. What did you ask me?
I mean, you can see the belt there, the belt that you've wanted for so long, Artur. Since 2017, you wanted to keep collecting the belts. How do you feel seeing it there and going into this fight?
I see another belt.
And what about Dmitry Bivol? Thank you, Artur, terrorising me. Do you just see just another opponent? I mean, this is an unbeaten champion.
Like you say, I'm collecting belts and I need one more.
You've both been world champions since 2017. In your opinion, why has it taken so long for this fight to happen?
I don't know. He knows better. Ask him.
Dmitri, why has it taken so long for this fight to happen?
To be realistic, yeah, you ask him, he doesn't speak, I will say from him. Of course, we know boxing how it's happening, and all fighters was with the belt with the top rank. I asked my team a lot of times. I wanted this fight, and I got answer only that it's not. There is no person who will make this fight.
His Excellency wasn't doing it.
Yeah, and now we have His Excellency who loves boxing so much, and who said that I want this fight, and this fight happened.
Well, this fight is certainly happening June 1st. Artur, is this the biggest challenge so far?
We'll see.
What's your hunch? What do you think?
Well, I'm not thinking. I'm preparing. I will prepare for this fight. Try to be ready for 100%.
Okay. Thank you very much. I just wonder, do you have a message for Dmitry Bivol now that he's here?
He know already.
Dmitri, Artur Beterbiev says that you know already. What is it that you know?
I don't know already.
We know. I tell you, no. For sure.
Okay, so somebody knows something. What I do know is that there is an additional belt on the line here. There will be an undisputed new belt on the line, which should, there you go, the magic of television, it is up there behind us, and the fighters will face off very, very shortly in the front of the stage with that behind us. Don't go anywhere.